Good evening and welcome to the regular City Council meeting. Today is Tuesday, August 20th, 2024, and it is 7 p.m. Regular meetings are generally held on the first and third Tuesday of each month in City Council chambers here at City Hall. City Clerk Assistant, please call roll.
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Genoway,
Here.
Councilmember Johns,
Here.
Councilmember Winstead,
Present.
Mayor Jennings.
Here.
Please let the record reflect that Mayor Pro Tem Otto is absent. We do have a quorum.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Now I'd like to invite James Wegner from Grace Church to provide this evening's invocation, followed by Boy Scout Troop 734 to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. All rise, please.
Father in heaven, it is with great joy and gratitude that we come before you this evening, acknowledging that you are a wonderful and a gracious God who is full of love, mercy, and kindness, and in whom we find forgiveness for all our sins. Father, I want to thank you for this beautiful city in which we live. Thank you for the way in which you have prospered this city, having blessed us with leaders who have carefully managed its resources and who help to make it a safe and lovely place for all its residents. This evening, I would like to ask that you would please continue to pour out your grace and favor upon us. I ask that you please protect our city and all who live here or visit. I would especially like to pray this evening for our young people, from the smallest of children to those in their teen years, asking that you would please watch over them, help them, and guide them through the many challenges they face. I pray that you would please help them to know darkness from light and truth from error, and that for all their days they would choose that which is good and right. Father, I also pray for their parents, asking that you would fill them with wisdom, grant them the patience, strength, and selflessness that is needed in order to raise our children in the way that would serve them best. I also want to pray for our schools. I pray that you would bless our teachers. I ask that you grant them wisdom and knowledge, and that they wouldn't teach harmful ideologies that clearly conflict with both nature and reason, but that they would focus on excellence in the core subjects our children need to master in order to succeed in this competitive world they are growing up in. I pray that our schools would be safe and that they would be places where our children would make good friends, gain knowledge, and grow in character. Father, I also want to pray for the elderly of our city. I ask that you please provide them with the care, the provision, the protection they need. I ask that you sustain them in their health, that you would be near to those who are lonely and afflicted. I pray that they would find comfort in you, the God of all comfort. And Father, lastly, I pray for our city council and our mayor. I thank you for them. I pray you would grant them wisdom in their work and that you would guide them in the decisions they make. I pray that all that they do would be for the well-being of the city and in the best interest of its citizens who elected them. So Father, please bless this evening. May your will be done, as your will is good and perfect in every way. I ask this in your name. Amen.
Audience, please remain standing. Color guard, advance. Scout salute. For those not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two.
Thank you so much. We will join you in the well. And troop leaders, come on down and join us. Thank you guys for being here. Come on down, Tom. Let's recognize you as well. Sorry, you're limping. I apologize. Hi, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here tonight and honoring us with the Pledge of Allegiance. You guys did a fantastic job. Would you like to introduce yourself? And then you're starting school, so tell us what you're looking forward to most about the school year.
Hi, I'm Nick Hecht. I go to Mater Dei, and I'm excited to just, because I'm a senior, I get to graduate next year and go to college eventually, so I'm excited for that.
Congratulations, that's awesome. There you go. You can take it past down.
All right.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Thomas. I go to Aliso Nagel High School. I'm excited since I'm just starting at the school.
Hi, I'm Troy Schaefer. I'm a assistant scoutmaster with the troop. Lived in the Laguna Niguel for 14 years.
I'm David. I go to Elisa Niguel, and I'm excited to try out some new classes.
I'm Scoutmaster Bill Etienne. Thank you, all assembled, for your service.
I'm Aiden Krasuski. I go to Okasa College Prep, and I'm excited because we're at a new campus.
I'm Quinn. I go to Capistrano Valley High School, and I'm excited to be a junior.
My name is Ace. I go to Aliso Niguel High School, and I'm excited to make some new friends and be better friends with old ones.
And hi, I'm Tom Sales. I'm the district chair for this district, and I'm also privileged to help select the troop or pack that helps with the opening on the third Tuesday. And I have a special tie with Troop 734, and I'm their unit commissioner.
Well, it's so fantastic to have you all here with us tonight. We're going to take a picture and then we'll dismiss. Okay? Dismiss.
Okay. Color guard dismissed.
Thank you. You did a great job. That's all for presentations. And good luck with your school year this year. Wishing you all the best. That's it. This evening, we have one presentation. The presentation this evening will be from Association of California Cities Orange County, ACCOC. Joining us this evening is Executive Director Chris Murray. Chris, will you please come forward and present to us? Thank you.
Hello. Thank you for having me today. Appreciate it. Madam Mayor Jennings and members of the City Council, as well as your incredible staff, thank you for your time today. I will be brief. I know you have a lot of city business to get to, but I appreciate the opportunity to come and give you a progress report on everything that ACCOC is doing on your behalf and all of the cities that we represent in Orange County, as well as our special districts, public agencies, universities, employers, nonprofits, et cetera. So our greater community. Could we have the next? Oh, I've got the next slide. See? Here we go. I think I do. Do I point it forward? Technology, you gotta love it. Am I going the wrong way? See, I said I'd be brief and then famous last words.
It's all right. We'll pause for a moment. It's always nice to have you. And good to see you.
Thank you. It's fun to see all the students. My son just started his senior year at Servite, and I hope I don't get in trouble with our Mater Dei friend. But anyway, his senior year, so we're in the same boat, looking at colleges, having a great time.
So fun.
So ACCOC, just for those, and especially your residents who are listening in that may not be aware, we have three major focus areas, and that is education, and I really love to say this out loud because it's so important. Education that empowers our communities, our cities, our elected officials. Policy that is collaborative, bringing our folks together, making sure that we are working on those common interests that really are meaningful to all of our cities, as well as our county at large. And then advocacy that is service-oriented, really making a difference, not just in Sacramento, but regionally, as well as in Washington, D.C. We were founded in 2011 as a nonprofit organization by the cities of Orange County and to represent the county on regional issues that really have an impact here at home. And again, as I mentioned, and I'll go through some of our members by name, we represent the cities, public agencies, businesses, really the greater community of Orange County. Our current membership, city membership, is 25 strong, and we've actually got quite a few. We're really hoping to get back to full strength over the next few months. Quite a few that are in process of coming back as well. Lost some over the pandemic, but we're so excited with the momentum of everyone who's coming back. But this is the representation currently at the city level, which is 25 members. And then we now have over 50 affiliate members, again, representing all of our, not all, but I would say just about every major countywide public agency, as well as a lot of our water districts, our large employers, our large investor-owned utilities, the water districts, I think I mentioned that, forgive the repetition, housing groups, the airport, and again, just a good cross-section of our entire county. These representatives are our board of directors. The voting members are elected representatives only per our bylaws. And we are going to be having an opening, quite a few openings, because there's so many folks who are termed out this year. So if you're interested in serving on the board for the region that you serve in, your district, countywide district is how it's broken up to elect those folks. Really hope you'll consider applying. But these are our current representatives, and they really do go above and beyond to serve all of us in Orange County. They all have jobs, they all have families, and they still roll their sleeves and give above and beyond to make sure our voice is strong at all levels of government. And then you can see the affiliate board members across the bottom: Cal Optima, SoCal Gas, OCTA, Edison, the Orange County City Managers Association, Disneyland Resort, OCOG, and then your friendly executive director who's standing in front of you. So our committees, our policy committees include legislative and regulatory, energy, environment, and water, housing and homelessness, and we're looking to add health to that, housing, homelessness, and health, economic development and tourism, and transportation and infrastructure. These are the core policy areas we focus on, but our legislative agendas can be far broader, but these are major policy areas that really do touch all of our cities. We have really spent a lot of time over the last year expanding our communication portfolio, making sure that we're providing information, best practices, promoting the work of our cities. There's so many ways that Orange County cities and the county at large are setting the bar for a lot of important public policy that impact everybody on a very real level. And so we want to promote that good work. We have an online blog called Open Session that is on the homepage of our website at accoc.org. We have a weekly policy pulse and electronic communication that goes out every Friday morning. Hope you're checking that out, because we're really promoting. Our staff is collecting everything our cities are doing. If your city's got a big announcement up that will include the general public, we put it out there. Really want to promote what our cities are doing, and then also the work and programming that ACCOC is doing. And this year we also brought back our podcast, which has had a lot of success. So segue right into the podcast. So we started with Sue Parks, President and CEO of United Way, and she also talked about, because they had just taken over 211 for the county, which is emergency services that affect everybody and help everybody. Everyone has access to 211, and now United Way is running that for the county. We had Michael Hunn, President and CEO of Cal Optima, talking about a lot of their community-based programming. Ken Potrock, with the President of Disneyland Resort, talking about the next stage of growth at the Disneyland Resort, which is going to literally open a third gate and create a lot of economic development and tourism for the whole county. And then Daryl Johnson is coming up next month, our CEO of the Orange County Transportation Authority. And it's chaired by Stephanie Klopfenstein, who's councilwoman in the city of Garden Grove and our board president. So again, I really want to emphasize that our education and programming is focusing on empowering our local officials, both at the elected and staff level. We are hosting a number of programs and events to serve cities, really moving them across the city, as well as making sure we're hosting them at times of day or the evening where those who work for a living, which is the vast majority of our officials, have the opportunity to participate. We have our state and federal advocacy programs. We're getting ready to go to DC next month. We have a huge lineup of programs, both with leadership in Congress as well as the administration. There's still a few seats open if you're interested in coming with us. But we have about 32 officials at this point that we're going to be going out to DC with in September. And then we've just started our Better Learning Opportunity Tours, where we provide the opportunity, working with our utilities, working with the airport, working with our transportation officials to bring officials to them where you can learn firsthand about the updates to their programs or really dig in deep on some of the policy matters they're dealing with and ask those tough questions so you can be informed firsthand about the work that's happening in whether directly in your community or across the county. And they've been hugely successful. So I'll walk through some of those in a moment. These are just some of our program materials, but we've doubled our in-person programming over the last year, and our momentum is actually growing by the end of the year. It's going to be even more than double. We've grown our affiliate membership by over 46%, so that's really strong. And we've been working to grow our revenues in other ways through grants and events and other programs so that we can maintain a 10% discount on those city memberships that you all pay and which we're deeply appreciative of. So it's been a busy year. These are some of our programs. I know some of you have been able to attend. Thank you so much. But I really want to highlight Governing in the Era of Artificial Intelligence that we did at the beginning of the year was hugely attended and so informative. AI is definitely there. It's everywhere now, and it's integrated in just about all our systems. A mayoral roundtable, which was very informative and really great, just an open, informal discussion with our mayors to hear from them firsthand about what's happening and what they're dealing with in their communities. The sheriff hosted for us a real-time operations center tour before it opened so our officials could come in and see the incredible work that's happening, which this real-time operations center, which is now open and operational, is truly setting a benchmark for the entire country. And a lot of our federal agencies are even looking at replicating the models that we have now here in Orange County to keep us all safe. Our advocacy trip was sold out. DC's about to sell out. We had our Leadership Summit and Golden Hub Awards where we acknowledged and recognized the innovative work of our cities countywide. Anyway, we're doing quite a lot. I want to highlight that we have a number still to go for this year. So if you have a chance, please join us. The Falck tour that we're about to do is also going to have Narcan training, some basic CPR, just some layman's training for emergency services, as well as an update of how our community, our county works in that ambulatory service countywide. We have a songs decommissioning tour in October, affordable housing briefing on October 11th with some of our providers. We're going to tour the new Veterans Homeless Facility as well on November 7th. And then we've just set up a tour on October 10th, the Dana Point Development Project. Dana Point Harbor Development Project. Hope you can come to that. And then also on October 31st, a roundtable with Darren Kettle, who's the CEO of Metrolink. So any questions you have for him, I hope you have the chance. We're going to do that one at lunch so people can try to do that one on their lunch hour. And with that, I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank you all for your time tonight, for your investment in ACCOC, and for your service, because you all make such a difference in all of our lives, not just your residents here. So blessed to have you up there and in your day-to-day work, but the work that you do for all of us countywide and regionally. So with that, I appreciate your time tonight, and thank you again for your service.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for all your service when you were on City Council. So thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate all you do. Thank you. We will now move on to public comments. Any person wishing to address the City Council is respectfully asked to complete and present a gold color request to speak form. These forms are available on the counter that is located near the entry door of the council chambers. Please be aware that the time limit will be 3 minutes for each person to speak. This is a time for members of the public to share comments with the City Council. The Brown Act does not allow the City Council to respond to speakers at the meeting. However, City staff will follow up and respond to questions or provide information needed. Speakers will be called in order from the request to speak forms. To allow equal time for speakers, minutes may not be given to another speaker. You may have another person read your written statement. City Clerk Assistant, are there any additional requests to speak forms?
No, Mayor.
Great, thank you very much. I will now call up Cheryl Frink.
Good evening. Nice to see everybody. There's a couple things I wanted to bring to your attention. First off, Huntington Beach is, again, leading the charge. AB Assembly Bill AB 1955 is preventing educators from informing parents of their child's gender, identity, or gender expression. In essence, it pits children against parents and inserts educators as barriers between parents and children, undermining a parent's ability to communicate with their children, especially about critical, long-term, life-altering issues. So this is a very critical thing, and I think as a city of Huntington Beach, they have decided to create an ordinance to push back on this, specifically claiming that they will have an ordinance declaring Huntington Beach to be a parent's right to know city. So I'm asking that the city council here also looks at joining this and creates an ordinance here. So City of Laguna Niguel could also be known as a parent's right to know city. So I will be leaving with you the Huntington Beach memo and as how they've set it up. And then I've also drafted a draft based on what that was for you to review and see if that would be something that you would be able to do as well. Because protecting our children is so critical, and we have to push back and make a statement when these laws come down that don't work. The other item is last time you were presented from the United Sovereign Americans resolution, and that was talking about all the issues that are happening with our elections and how the many problems, the inaccuracies that were in the 2022. So it was asked at that time that you put that resolution on the agenda and have a vote. So I'm asking you to please maybe allow for that to happen at the next council meeting, because it is critical that we make a statement again that every vote counts, but every legal vote counts. And that's what we need to work on. And there were many laws that were broken, and we need to ensure that the 2024 election is one that we can all be secure and proud of. So I've also added some things that were wrong in the Orange County, specifically some data, so you will have that as well. So I'll be leaving that with you as well. So thank you all for your attention, and I'll be leaving this with the clerk.
Thank you very much, Cheryl. Appreciate it. We will now close public comments. We'll now move on to our consent calendar. Are there any items to be pulled for consent calendar for questions or discussion by the council? Nothing? Okay. May we get a motion in a second? Okay, great. Our consent calendar passes. Thank you very much. We will now move on to our city council discussion item. Our city council discussion item this evening is the adoption of resolution number 2024-1491, providing for the appointment of the offices of city council members in districts 1, 3, and 5, those that were nominated and canceled at the November 5th, 2024 election. City Attorney Smith, will you please provide a report on this item?
Yeah, good evening, Mayor and Council. Scott Smith, City Attorney. On June 4th, 2024, this City Council adopted resolution number 2024-1476, calling the general municipal election for the 3 open seats on the City Council. They're not open, they will be open at the end of this term. Those seats are currently occupied by Mayor Jennings, Councilmember Winstead, and Councilmember Johns. It turned out that only one person, actually those 3 incumbents, filed nominating papers for those 3 district elections. And when only one candidate files nominating papers in election, no other candidate may appear on the ballot. At that point, at this juncture then, the City Council has 2 choices with regard to that election. They can either appoint the sole nominee in each of the districts to that office, canceling the city's election, or alternatively, the council can hold the election in those 3 districts, excuse me, but no one else will be permitted to be listed on the ballot. To hold that election, which would really just only allow write-in candidates, would cost $73,000, and it is very unlikely to have any effect on the election. For that reason, the city attorney and staff recommend that the city council adopt the resolution attached to this agenda report that provides for the appointment to the offices of the city council members in those 3 districts. They would be those 3 sole nominees that filed papers, and the city council would thus cancel the November 5th, 2024 election. If the council does make this appointment and cancel the election, the 3 will be sworn in and their terms would commence commensurately, when they would anyway, at the first meeting in December. I'm available for any questions, and that's my report and recommendation.
Thank you very much. Do my colleagues have any questions?
I have a quick question.
Yes, Councilmember Genoway.
Mr. City Attorney, the options that you've laid before us, those are not options that the city has made up. Those are options provided by the state elections code, correct?
Yes, those are excerpted from Elections Code Section 10,229.
And this has happened in other cities, in other elections, correct?
It's what usually happens, Councilmember, yes.
Okay, when there's not more than one person who files to run for a particular seat.
That's right.
Cities typically just appoint those members instead of going forward with paying for an election.
That is the typical outcome, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Final questions?
I
Councilmember
just
Winstead.
wanted to say that City Attorney Smith had already answered my question on how much it would cost to hold an election that might not have any difference. So $73,000. Understood. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No further questions? Okay, I will now open public comments. We have one comment from Diane Harkey. Former Councilmember Diane Harkey. Thank you.
Hi, Diane Harkey, City of Dana Point. I just want to congratulate you 3 on such a hard-fought election. I think every city should have one like this, and we've actually got quite a few this time around that don't have any opponents. So hurrah for that. I think we're in good shape here in your city. I know we are, and I think we're going to be really good shape in South Orange County. So thank you so much for your service. Here's to another great 4 years, or 4.5, I guess, and onward and upward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Are there any additional requests to speak forms?
No, Mayor.
City.
If I was a litigator, could I turn it in now?
Sure. I have a question, City Attorney Smith. The request to speak form is not for this agenda item. Do I close public and then can we take it just for a comment? So can I finish this out and then
it's for the open forum?
It's for
Mayor?
open forum.
Let's finish this one and then we'll rewind to that part.
Thank you very much. Sir, I'll get back to you. Sorry, my first one. No, you're okay. We welcome all comments. Thank you very much. Okay, since there are no additional requests to speak forms, is there any further discussion that we have? Councilmember Genoway.
Yes, I have some discussion. Well, first of all, congratulations to my colleagues, Councilmember Gene Johns, Mayor Kelly Jennings, Councilmember Stephanie Winstead. The fact you are running unopposed is a testament not only to your leadership, but the confidence that our residents have in you and the work you've been doing on our city council. And it's also a testament to all 5 of us as a city council and our entire city organization. We are answering the call of our residents, and it is clear that the residents want to keep this team intact. And so I'm looking forward to continue serving with all of you for the residents of Laguna Niguel. As far as what to do with this pending election, I actually spent quite a bit of time thinking about this. The principled side of my brain was debating the practical side of my brain. The 5th grade American history social studies nerd in me says, I don't care if there's only one person on the ballot. You put it on the ballot and watch the votes roll in. But the practical side of me says, that's a predetermined outcome. That's just ceremonial. And it would cost this city $73,000 to have that ceremonial exercise. The outcome's not going to change. There's only one candidate for each seat. And if you look across the county, Well, let me start with this. It is not easy being a city organization in California these days. With the number of mandates that are coming down from Sacramento that are affecting every department in every city organization, that is costing more staff time, that is requiring more staff, that is just generally costing cities more. And the fact that there are so many cities across our county that cannot stay afloat with their current tax revenue streams to the tune that they're seeing sales tax increases being put on the ballot in many cities across Orange County from Seal Beach down to San Clemente. We need to do whatever we can to save our money. Now, we're not in that boat, not even close. We do a very good job of planning our finances in this city. But we're being given an opportunity to save $73,000, and I think we should take it. We should keep our money and keep our council members. So I'm going to vote in favor of appointing these 3 public servants to the city council. Thank you.
Thank you, council member. Any further discussion? Yeah, I would just like to say I was weighing it as well. It was a little hard to how do we just accept this? But I would rather save the money and give that back to our residents of our city. And Councilmember Genoway, you hit on all the right points. So thank you for that. And thank you. It is so fantastic. So we are excited about this to move forward. Any additional comments? Okay. So may I get a motion to adopt resolution 2024-1491, providing for the appointment of the offices of city council members in districts 1, 3, and 5, those that were nominated to be elected at the November 5th, 2024 general municipal election and canceling the election. Motion passes. Thank you very much. This now concludes our city council discussion item. We'll now move on to city council, city manager, and department reports. First, we'll go to city council member. Sorry, public comments, sir. Yes, I will reopen the public comments. Yes, come on up. Trevor Burkholder, please come back up for your
All right, and this
comments.
probably is a quick, completely off topic, but I'm just trying to make a little bit of a headway here for our merchants at Laguna Niguel Promenade. So I am Trevor Burkholder, do the marketing for quite a few different shopping centers, and one of them is Laguna Niguel Promenade. We've been doing events, direct mail, social media for them for quite a few years through thick and thin when we had no anchors there for years and so on. And now we have 2 good anchors, Grocery Outlet, Joann's, and we definitely want to keep them there. So we've been trying to do more special events actually in their space and bring more customers in for them. And one of the, so we made a plan. We did a plan where we wanted to do little live concerts out in the shopping center open area in front of those 2 stores. And we did not know there was a limit to number of events that could be happening in a shopping center. So we have generally done Easter, sometimes we'll do Halloween, and we always do Christmas. We had a pretty good Christmas there for the last few years. So we made plans for June and September, and then found out that was too many events in 1 year's time. So I'm trying to find somebody to look at the rules of why it would be 4 events per year, and if there's a way to bend them, adjust them in some way for somebody who wants to put on a good time in the town. So essentially that's what I'm up to.
Okay. We can't respond during public comments, but somebody will reach out to you.
And so here's my angle too. So I forgot we don't get to, what I'm particularly curious about is Plaza de La Paz across the way definitely has some cool events like the farmers market. So I'm wondering if I can spin, twist, turn my events into however they got permission to do that. So
Somebody will reach out to you.
That's what I'm up to.
Okay, thank you very much.
And I got 54 more seconds. I wanted to do something this September, and only a crazy person would try it at this point since there's only a few more days. But anybody who wanted to get going with it, I have bands, merchants, and the consumers and people who showed up for our show in June saying, are we going to do it? Are we going to do it in September? It's pretty unlikely, but feel free to reach out to me for sure. I can leave, you've got my name and email, and yeah, I'd love to work on it with somebody. Right on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Do you want to talk? Okay. Now we will move on to council reports. Who would like to go first? Oh, it's all right. Do I need a close council comment? No. Okay. Councilmember Winstead.
Okay, thank you. So I just wanted to share some amazing things that are happening within the city and thank city staff for those things. One is Director Jackie Scott. Thank you so much, you and your staff, for getting southbound La Paz open and open early and safely, and it looks great. So thank you for that. Director Harmon, I'm so excited about this weekend. We've got an amazing band lineup at Sea Country Festival, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I looked at the lineup. I cannot decide which band I'm most excited to see. So I told my husband, I'm going to drag you along and you're going to like it or you're going to come whether you like it or not. And so very excited about Sea Country Festival. I saw the layout. It looks really well planned. So this is definitely going to be the best Sea Country Festival ever. And I wasn't going to say anything, but I thought it was a really timely and poignant invocation by James Wagner with Grace Church earlier. He hit on some great points. Today is the first day of school for Capo USD students. And last meeting, I spoke about being patient and driving safely and keeping an eye out for crossing guards and kids crossing the street and parking safely. Don't double park. And I know people are in a hurry, but being late to school is better than accidents or costing a life. But now just everybody, for the parents out there, have compassion for the teachers and the school administrators. It's really hectic for them, for the staff. Have compassion for the students and the kids. It's hectic for them too. They're going through huge changes. And for the parents also, have compassion for yourselves. Everyone's going through change. It's a change from the summer schedule. So take some time out, take a deep breath, and just hug the kids and enjoy this time. So thank you. With that, my council comments are closed.
Thank you. Councilmember Johns.
Thank you. I'll start off with on August 8th, myself and my wife and a few other members from the Lions assisted FAM, which is the Family Assistance Ministry, in providing meals to families in need. But we were also able to hand out 27 backpacks fully loaded with school materials, and they were very appreciated, and we really had a great time doing that. So that was a lot of fun. We also attended recently we had the Amber's ribbon cutting. They've been in service for 26 years with the same chef. So that's pretty impressive. Same owner, same chef, 26 years. So that was pretty impressive. I also want to again thank, as Councilmember Winstead said, Jackie Scott, Director Scott, thank you so much for all of your hard work in getting us open. We went and took the trolley, and they had the drones up there, and it was a great celebration of cutting the ribbon and opening that street. And I will say that I've driven it at least 10 times now since it's been open. So thank you very much. Director Harmon, thank you for this summer's concerts. They were amazing. I couldn't tell you which of those groups was the best. They were all fantastic, and I don't know how you're going to do it next year, but you got to come up with a lineup just as good. And we are looking forward to the Sea Country Festival, which is coming up. I'm going to be there every single day, and I'm looking forward to it. And as Councilmember Winstead said, it's a new format, a new setup there, so it's going to be real interesting to see, and it looks like it's going to be a much better flow for the festival. So thank you again for all that hard work.
Thank you. Councilmember Genoy.
Thanks so much. I'll keep this brief. First of all, the presentation we had tonight from the ACCOC, Association of California Cities, Orange County, Chris Murray, the executive director, spoke a little bit about some podcasts that they've been producing. And I've actually listened to some of those podcasts. I found one about Cal Optima to be very insightful. And I would just encourage my colleagues, if you're driving in your car, maybe take a listen to a few of those podcasts. They're podcasts about policy that is local to Orange County. So I think all of us would find that very useful going forward. So I want to thank ACCOC for producing those. I know La Paz is getting all the recognition right now, but I want to give a little bit of love to Rancho Niguel Road and our Public Works Department. Rancho Niguel is looking fresh. It's looking great, just in time for school to open. So all the cars rolling down to Marion Bergson Elementary have a nice, freshly paved and painted road to drive on. So been getting a lot of compliments from the residents. One such resident even sent a handwritten thank you note to my house to thank the city for Rancho Niguel, which made me wonder, how did they get the address to my house? But anyway, really looking forward to Sea Country Festival. I want to give a shout out to one particular event that is happening during the Sea Country Festival on Saturday in the afternoon. There will be a high school battle of the bands featuring local high school bands, sponsored by the Laguna Niguel Youth Committee. I think we have 7 bands, Jonathan? Is it around 7?
It's right at that, yes, sir.
Right at
Councilmember
that.
Genoway.
We got a lot of kids who are going to be showing off their talents in the band. So come out and show your support for them. They worked really hard to get to this point. Like Councilmember John said, it's a totally new setup this year. Councilmember Winstead and I were at the Parks and Rec Commission meeting last week where we saw a map of the new setup. It's going to be great. So if you've gone to it in previous years, come out this year and check out the new setup. The beer garden is going to be sponsored by OC Local Tap Room. Obviously, we got a lot of great bands and carnival rides, games, and we have over 60 community booths, 60 groups that are going to be having their booths out there to really show off the people and the groups and the volunteerism in our community. So it's going to be a great weekend. And with that, I just want to say thank you to everybody for such a great summer. We had a lot of fun in this city, and we're going to close out the summer this weekend with the best Sea Country Festival we've ever had. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think this deserves repeating. Director Scott, thank you for making our streets so beautiful and opening roadways, and all you and your team have done. So thank you for that. And Director Harmon, this has been the best summer, and I'm so excited for this weekend. And thank you for all your hard work and your new vision for what Sea Country Festival is going to look like. So very excited for the weekend. We invite everybody to come. Please come and say hi to us. We'll be there. All of us will be there all weekend long. We're so very excited about this. So thank you to you and your team as well for all of your hard work, and all of staff for all that you do. We're so very grateful. Thank you. And on to City Manager Letourneau.
Yes,
Any
we have
reports?
two reports this evening. Well, Public Works Director Scott will go first for a little more in-depth update about La Paz and what's next and what's still happening out there.
Thank you, City Manager Letourneau. Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. As we all noticed, last Thursday, La Paz Road Long-Term Phase 2 project was completed, and the roadway was open to both northbound and southbound traffic. The completion of the long-term interim Phase 2 project eliminates a large inconvenience to the motoring public while the city continues its efforts to design a permanent repair to the landslide and to the roadway itself. The permanent repair work is funded through a $15.5 million state and federal grant and will take approximately 3 to 5 years to design and construct. The permanent repair will be built to prevent further landslide failures from occurring along La Paz Road. I'd just like to take a moment and extend my deep appreciation to the entire Public Works team who all played a critical role in the city's success. Thank you.
Thank you. And our next report is Community Development Director Jonathan Orduña to give a brief update on our federal building auction.
Thank you, City Manager Letourneau, and good evening, Mayor Jennings and Council. As the Council is aware, and I believe are many of our members of our community, the Chet Holyfield Federal Building property, affectionately known as the Ziggurat Building, is currently up for sale by the General Services Administration, which is a branch of the federal government. They are conducting an online auction, which began in early June, and was scheduled with a soft close of July 31st. Soft close meaning that the bidding would continue beyond that date if bids were occurring in intervals of less than 24 hours, which has occurred. So we're now 20 days past July 31st, and the bidding continues. The high bid is currently $147,600,000. So if you have a penchant for brutalist architecture and maybe found a couple $100 million in spare change in the couch, you too can be in the running to be owner of the Chet Holyfield Federal Building property. The government has relayed to us that their closing process subsequent to the end of the auction will probably take around 6 months or so. So we're probably looking at spring of 2025 before we get to find out who our new dance partner is. But the city is very excited to join with that new property owner and the community in charting the future for that property. So more to come on that as things develop. That concludes my report. Thank you.
That concludes our department reports this evening.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Winstead.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I know I could ask this after the meeting, but I want to bring attention to it. Does anybody in this room happen to know when the Knights of Columbus pie eating contest will be this weekend?
Saturday.
I heard Saturday, so thank you.
Councilmember Winstead, I can go ahead and answer that. It is going to be Saturday after the Battle of the Bands that Councilmember Genoway was talking about. So before our headliner and after Battle of the Bands.
Thank you very much. I would like to adjourn tonight's meeting in memory of former Laguna Niguel Mayor and Orange County Supervisor Tom Wilson, who passed away on July 17th. He was a decorated, passionate, and respected public servant that helped Laguna Niguel attain cityhood in 1989 before serving on our first city council. He also helped start Orange County Fire Authority in 1995 and was a supervisor. So he's done a lot of things in our community, and we are grateful. We are so thankful for his lasting contributions to our city. We are now adjourned at 7:47. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening.